It's 4-0.
That one hit the ball!
Hey kids, there's only 5 more days till Yak Shaving Day. So start decorating your house with disposable diapers and remember to stuff Dad's rubber boots with coleslaw. And then, on Kilted Yak's Eve, if you look real closely, you just might catch a glimpse of the shaven yak swinging for the fences and making Matt Kemp look like a little bitch. Hey Matt Kemp, we're here to murder your baby. This is Nicktoons MLB, you idiot.
What an outing. The ground crew is gonna have to change a few light bulbs.
Released earlier this month for the Xbox 360 and the Nintendo Wii, Nicktoons MLB is a game of arcade-style baseball with a very interesting concept, pairing Nickelodeon's Nicktoons with actual Major League Baseball teams. Now, if you know me, you know that right off the bat, I love this idea. Cartoons and baseball are my 2 favorite things, so putting those together, you have my attention. In fact, actually, my expectations may have been too high because when I discovered that, spoiler alert, this game isn't any good, I was legitimately disappointed. I mean, I thought, how can you screw up something that has Ren and Stimpy in it?
Powdered toast, man!
And then I remembered, oh, that's right, it's Nickelodeon. So let's get the disappointment out of the way. This may say that it mixes Nicktoons with actual big leaguers, but the ratio is a bit skewed. You get every team in baseball, but who cares about that? The problem is, you only get 24 Nicktoons, which may sound good, but they only represent 8 cartoons, some of which I've never freaking heard of. Here's the thing, and yeah, kids, this is totally subjective. If you're gonna make a game that has Nicktoons as its primary selling point, it damn well better have good Nicktoons. Sorry, younglings, but Danny freaking Phantom doesn't count. The fact that this game has 2 characters from something called T.U.F.F. Puppy, and not a single character from Rugrats, Rocko's Modern Life, or even Real Monsters. I mean, that is epic disappointment, especially for those of us who were fans of the Nicktoons back when the Nicktoons brand launched.
All right, I'm up now. Yes!
Hooray! We're doomed!
That's nice. Let's get back to the action. It's one.
Now that said, there are 4 characters from the Ren and Stimpy show, which is a pleasant and enormous surprise, but there's no Mr. Horse, and therefore, no sir, I don't like it. Obviously, I've been talking a lot about characters, and that's because characters are the main draw for a game like this. Unfortunately, the gameplay is a bit worse. For a game that's supposedly for kids, Nicktoons MLB is really tough to get the hang of. Pitching requires moving a cursor, and then choosing a pitch, and then maxing out a gauge, and then twisting the remote. How is a little kid supposed to figure this crap out? I mean, honestly, why can't I just pitch? And obviously, you don't need me to tell you this, but it's not a very pretty game either. Of course, I'm philosophically opposed to 3D rendering of cartoon characters, but that's because that approach almost always yields embarrassing results. Results like this. You know, to me, this game's biggest problem is that I'm not sure who it's intended for. I mean, I'd say it's for little kids, that seems to be the obvious conclusion, but the controls are really a jumbled mess. I'd say it's for people like me, for 20-somethings who grew up with the original Nicktoons, but the game isn't good, most of those Nicktoons aren't there, and quite frankly, Nickelodeon stopped caring about us a long time ago, which is funny because the feeling is mutual.
Bottom of the first, 2 down.
Happy to be of service.